So I want you to think about the seasons for a second. This might seem kind of weird and an obvious thought, but God made 4 of them, as we all know, but He only made 1 spring. Now, why is that significant? Well, think about it. Spring, what does it really represent to us? It represents growth. It represents new life. It represents new hope. It's a time where everything is beautiful and it just looks great outside. Everything is springing. The colors are great. It just brings about these positive emotions. Bottom line is spring provides a sense of hope and a fresh start. But like I said, it only comes once a year. For gardeners, a lot of times who plant flowers, they'll do it right at the very beginning of spring. They'll dig into the ground and they'll put the plant down in there. And then they'll cover it up and step away. And they'll watch over the next few weeks as the beauty kind of sprouts out of the ground. See, the truth is the soil will go through these seasons of life and death, but none of those things will last the entire year. There is a designated time for growth, and then there is a designated time for it to not grow. And just like the plants go through their seasons, we also go through our seasons. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8, it says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace." See, as human beings, we are always going to want to be going through a season full of growth and hope, just like the springtime. But the truth is, we're not always going to be going through seasons like that. We're going to have bad times. We're going to have hopeless times. Just like it may seem hopeless for a plant trying to grow in the winter, it may seem hopeless for us trying to get what we want out of life when it's not meant for us at that time, in that season. See, the Bible says that we will go through unfavorable seasons. Life isn't always going to be about sunshine and growth. It's going to be seasons of bitterness and cold and hopelessness and despair. See, we're going to have times in life where we feel like we're in a rut, where we feel like we're stuck and there's nowhere to go and we're going nowhere fast. We're not getting any growth out of it, and the seasons are going to suck. But just think about the plants. When it's wintertime, do we worry about it that the plants aren't growing? No, that would be ridiculous. And the reason for that is because we understand the condition of that particular season. See, when it's winter, we know that the plants won't grow. But what we can do is expect that on the other side of winter, there will be growth and there will be new beauty, and there is some promise there. There is reason for hope, even if we don't see it at that time. We have to all come to a point in our life where we understand that God's purpose for us isn't to just go through this never-ending, consistent season of beauty and growth and for everything to just be awesome and perfect. So there's going to be storms, there's going to be hard times, there's going to be a lot of struggle, but just like the plants, after the winter and after the rain and after all this nastiness, it grows and there's beauty in it. And that particular season where it's meant to sprout, it comes, and it'll come for us. Just like the plants grow after the rain, we will grow after a storm in our lives. But when it's not springtime in our lives, when we're not going through that season, we just need to let the ground rest. And we need to endure those hard times, and we need to listen, and we need to learn from all of that and just let the seasons come and grow from it, because spring is right around the corner and God is going to grow something beautiful in our lives, and we will sprout and we will be amazing.